Hello, and welcome to Tutorial Tuesday on 2/22 of 22. How fun is that? So this is part 2 of Tutorial Tuesday, so even better, we throw another 2 in there. All right, guys, at the bottom of your screen, if you are going to CookieCon in Reno, we will be leaving to attend that next week. Instead of Tutorial Tuesday, I'll be popping on to try to do 2 videos for you while I am in Reno, and they could be about anything. So you will have to stay tuned for that. Also, I did want to tell you, I believe there is a 3-hour time difference. So you may end up with a breakfast video from me in Reno at noon Eastern Standard Time for my Eastern Standard Time people. So who knows what's going to happen, but it's going to be a load of fun. All right. So this is part 2 of Tutorial Tuesday. And I have saved a couple things to do with you live. But if you are going to Reno, please text the word. All is one word, all capital letters. CookieCon Reno, all together, no spaces, all is one word, all uppercase letters. If you are going to CookieCon in Reno, text that to 540-870-0726. And if you miss the number, it's on the little ticker at the bottom of the screen. I'll leave it up for the entire video. But we want to be able to get a hold of you, Cookie Snack Attackers, while we are in Reno, okay? And then, of course, you can also go back and text the word live stream to that same phone number, and it'll put you in our regular group notifications too. Hello, everyone. How do you like my shirt? Cindy got me this great shirt. Tuesday, 2/22 of 22. Isn't it fabulous? I love it. And it's pink. How much fun is that? So good to see all of you tonight. Let's say hello to a few people. Oh, and I wanted to tell you, thank you guys for sending stars this morning. It's so much fun to get the little notifications that we got stars. I love it. It's like a little digital tip. Just makes you happy. Hello there, Barbie. Hi, Becky. Hello. Hey, Cindy. I'm glad you made it tonight. Oh, Kathy. Kathy, stay with me for just a minute because I have something to tell you. You are in the group of people I need to tell something to in just a second, okay? So don't go anywhere just yet. Hey, Vicki. Hi, Jen. Hi, Camille. Jenny's here. Hey, Karen. I think my computer's having a little trouble keeping up with me tonight. Hey, Jen. Hey. Reno, yay! So excited. I have so much left to do, you guys. So much left to do to be ready to go. So crazy. Hello, Elizabeth. Well, I'm here now. I have to leave that up at the beginning of the video for the people that have to grab pens and papers to jot down the info. But I am here. Hello there. Oh, good. That must be Jen from Canada. I'm glad you're hanging out with us tonight. Let's see. Hello, 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 hello again. Let's get down here. Let's see. Hi, Pamela. Hi, Chanvel. How much fun. Oh, you have to catch the replay? Okay, no problem. No problem. It's going to be a good one. It's a cute cookie. Hey, Nimrose, how are you? I love my shirt. Thank you so much, Cindy. I really love it. It's been really fun to see people's reactions to it today. Hi, Kat. How are you tonight? Hello, Julie. Hi, Priscilla. And Priscilla says hi, everyone else, too. Hello. Hello, Facebook user. Your first CookieCon. Who is going that it's your first CookieCon? So excited. It's going to be so much fun. Oh, they were out of chocolate eggs. Maybe they just don't have them yet because my store just put them out yesterday. They have been so behind on putting things out. Oh, hello, Southern California. How you doing, Miss Phyllis? Okay, so I'll come back and greet a few more people in a little bit, but let's jump off. I want to show you something. I have so much stuff to tell you tonight, and then we've got to jump into our tutorial because then I have to jump and get some other things together. So, if your name is Barbie, Kathy Kogut, I hope I said your last name right, Nancy Loy, Karen Green, Myra Stoss, Dee Dee Jordan, Sharon Carrico Webb, Teresa McGibbon, Nimrose Thawer. Did I say your last name right, Nimrose? I think I said your first name wrong. It's Nimrose Thawer, I believe. Pamela Schmidt, Kelly Miller, Sharon Fuller, Paula Johnson. If you are one of those people, everybody but Kathy in that group that I just read off also ordered the Advanced Easter Kit. So in your Advanced Easter Kit, you're going to have two, how appropriate because it's 2 Tutorial Tuesday on 2/22/22. You are going to have 2 samples of the thing I'm about to tell you about in your box because they arrived in time and they made it into your boxes. So we had a Valentine class and we had an item and we needed some new samples. Those were people whose samples weren't in great shape. So the item, don't put it in the comments, guys. The item that you needed an additional sample of has been sent to you in your Advanced Easter class, packaged directly by the manager for you. And not only do you get your free sample to replace your other sample, it's about 8 times as much as the other sample. And everybody that's taking the Advanced Easter class that bought the class and the kit together for the Advanced is getting a rose gold sample of a product that also made it into your box that you guys didn't even know about. So surprise! How much fun is this going to be? So you either got 1 packet in your box or 2 packets in your box, depending on if you were on this list or not. And Paula Johnson, you don't even have your box yet because your buddy Teresa is bringing it to you at CookieCon. So just in case, I put 2 for you in Teresa's box. So Teresa got 2 and you got 2 because I just like to roll with the extra. All right, so you're going to be so happy because the rose gold of the item I'm sending you is absolutely stunningly gorgeous, and you will need it for class. So you also got the limited edition Cookie Snack Attack chip that was incorrectly printed. There will only ever be 200 of those because they were incorrectly printed. So each of you has 1 of those in the box because they were extra and I was supposed to throw them out anyway. So you just get the limited edition that was incorrectly printed. I don't know. Will they ever be worth more money because they were incorrectly printed? It's not actual currency, so probably not, but it's kind of fun to joke about. So you have 1 of those in your box too. And don't worry if you're a Cookie Snack Attacker and you're coming to CookieCon Reno or to the Unplugged retreat here in Virginia in the spring, you are going to get one of each of those things too. Plus you got stickers. Do you want to see the stickers? Hold on, I'll show you the stickers. So I have my Cookie Snack Attack Cookie Education System cards in a hot pink photo box that holds 4x6 photos normally. So this is my box. Right, let me show you. Let me lift this and see if you, so you see my box. It's just a photo box. Okay, can you see that? So this is the top of the box. So this is my sticker from CookieCon in Dallas. And this is Shenandoah National Park, which is where the Unplugged retreat is going to be. And this is a sticker, a state bumper sticker, state themed bumper sticker for Virginia. Virginia's for lovers. So that's on my box. And then this sticker is going to be in all of the swag bags for my class at CookieCon and the Unplugged bags. And everybody that ordered an advanced Easter kit has one in their box. And then you also got this one for all those same things. So it'll be in the Unplugged boxes if you're a sticker collector. It will be in your swag bag if you took my elective class at CookieCon, if you're going to be taking that next week. And it's in your kit if you got the advanced Easter kit, okay? So you will need both poker chips because they're supposed to have them replaced in time for me to bring the good ones to CookieCon with me. So in your boxes, my advanced Easter class crew that did a kit and a class together, you guys are getting the one, you've got the one that is defective. Okay. All right. And then look, Nadine, are you here? Hi, Nadine. So your buddy Nadine, a fellow cookie snack attacker, she's so cool. She made us these fabulous scribes. These will be in the floral boxes. Look at that. Isn't that so cute, you guys? Let me hold this up so you can see it. Look, with the little mixer on there. And it's a pointy one and it's a small one. It's not super huge, so it's lightweight. Oh my goodness, isn't this so cool though? Look at these, you guys. So there'll be enough of these, Nadine. I can't tell you thank you enough. These are gorgeous. And she's already working on something for us. I'm not going to tell you what kit it's for just in case something goes wrong, because then you guys get super disappointed and I feel bad. So I'm not going to tell you. But she is working on something else for our boxes. And I also have a friend in Mississippi that's working on something for our boxes. And this time, if you got the advanced Easter box, Allison Watts, another cookie snack attacker, made you guys some really cute, with a thumb hole in them, a paint palette. So you can put your thumb through and hold it, and it's enough to hold 3 colors. So how fun is that? And Nadine, thank you. I think all these little extra things make a kit so special. So if you are a cookie snack attacker and you want to put something in the box, you definitely should contact me, because I think all these little personable, collectible things make everyone so happy that I would love to talk to you about what you might want to put in there. And I want to give a quick shout out, please, to my class sponsors for CookieCon, if you guys will allow me. They're so fabulous. You're going to have so much good stuff in your boxes if you took my elective class. Like literally, there's so much stuff in there. I'm not sure your gift bags are big enough. Like it's coming in and it's beautiful stuff. And I love these, Nadine. I love them, and I love the mixer. Now, Nadine, I looked through here though, and I didn't see one that was all pink. So for myself, I'm probably just going to pick the one that that has Easter colors. Is that okay if I keep this one, or was there one that was supposed to be mine? And by the way, Nadine, Brian ate some of the raspberry chocolate that you and Dale sent him, and it was very good. And I already have a request list for my next sample box before it gets too hot to ship certain chocolates, because there was some fabulous stuff in that box. And your box is almost full. Okay, guys. So what do you say we use this one tonight? Nadine, is this a good one? Can I keep this one for me? I love that. Love it. I love it. So thank you. So if you make scribes, or you make mini ornaments, or you want to include a mini cookie cutter, whatever, usually right now we're doing between 40 and 45 kits each time, and we hope to expand our class kits to 50 in the next few months if we can get enough supplies for everything. So if you would like to participate in that, please reach out to me and let me know. And I'm happy to advertise for you, put a class coupon or a website coupon in there for you, anything like that. Okay. I know, aren't they cool, Elizabeth? Oh, and I found out why they moved our pickup date on the boxes. Apparently, and guys, I'm just stirring icing so you can watch me do it because it's important for this particular cookie tonight that you really get the consistency down. So just quickly before I add some more sugar, can you see it still has that wet look to it? It's thick, but it's still kind of wet. We don't want any wet in what we're going to be doing for tonight's cookie. Such a fun little cookie we're going to be doing too. This is this green, Elizabeth, is leaf green. Hold on, I'll tell you for sure. This, yeah, it's leaf green by Americolor. That's the green I'm using tonight. I had to use it as a specific green over the weekend, so I made a little bit extra knowing I wanted to do this cookie tonight. So hopefully you guys are not going to be upset with me that we will not be having Tutorial Tuesday as long as we still get you some cool videos. Now, Tuesday is normally everybody's travel day to get to CookieCon because it actually starts on Wednesday, but we should be meeting up with some very interesting people on Tuesday. And so we're going to try to shoot some video with them just to say hello to the Cookie Snack Attackers. So if you see an alert go up or a text message go out that we're live, please jump on and say hello to these folks and make them feel extra special and let them know how much the Cookie Snack Attackers appreciate them. And yes, I do have a few people in mind that we are going to be trying to do some videos with, okay? So we will be doing as much of that as we can, depending on when everybody arrives. And honestly, you could wind up with more than 2 videos because according to the schedule I have laid out, everyone's coming in at such different times on Tuesday. And then we're going to be doing some prep work for Timbo's classes. So now, do you see that? Do you see how it went to that matte finish? There's no shine except for the fact that my light's on here, but it's not wet looking at all. This is how thick we need it. Yes, and next Tuesday is Mardi Gras. So please look for me and Cindy because Cindy has hooked us up with some Mardi Gras wardrobe. I can't wait to show you pictures of that. We will be posting that too. It's one of the things I miss most about having a storefront in Louisiana was we used to have the most awesome parades on Front Street in Natchitoches. They were just totally fabulous. And it was a college town. We had a hospital. It was just there was just a lot of people coming and going all the time. And it was so much fun. Now, do you guys see how thick this is, that it's not moving? So when I tell you extra thick, this is what I'm talking about. Like it barely any movement, total matte finish. So thank you for allowing me to talk while I mixed because the point of that was to show you the consistency of the icing and try to get some of our housekeeping things in as well. And guys, if you are on and you're on a personal page, do a girl a favor and share this video. This is going to be a cute cookie. It's a very easy cookie to do with a little bit of planning. And I think you all will really enjoy it because Easter is coming up. So for anybody that's wondering what I'm using to load my icing, this is just a champagne glass from the dollar store. Many reasons I like it. One of them is because it's very heavily weighted at the bottom so it doesn't tip over. 2, I don't need any assistance loading my icing bags to get thick icing out of my bowl and still get it in my tipless icing bags, which by the way, Bees Baked Art, here's a shout out for Miss Jennifer and for Frog at Bees Baked Art. They are one of my class sponsors at CookieCon. Love these bags. You guys know I love these bags. We could talk about that all night and hand issues and whatever if you've cookied for a long time. Your hairdo when you wake up, Jen. You're so funny. That's hilarious. Hey, Brother Russell, how are you doing tonight? Yes, yes. So for sure Tuesday night, Jennifer Sahara, for sure Tuesday night, we're having dinner. And we'll let you know where after we get it set up on Monday morning. I'll get that set up Monday morning early. We'll let everybody know where we're going to be, but then don't worry if you're traveling Tuesday and you just either are too tired or you can't get there in time. We are going to have another meetup on either Thursday or Friday evening when classes are over. Okay. I'm not going to schedule anything when track classes are going on or electives are going on. And I think our later one is just going to be like an open. We're going to meet up somewhere open, not actually have to go sit or eat or any of that kind of stuff. That way everybody can come and go. So I had some questions about people wanting to know about bringing special trades for just the Cookie Snack Attack group. That's totally up to you. You can trade or gift your regular items, or you can bring something special for your Cookie Snack Attackers. Guys, I'm using this I'm cutting this like it's a leaf tip bag. Okay, can you see that, what I did? To make it look like a 67 tip, I believe is the number. I should have that memorized by now. But I'm doing it with a tipless bag because I don't want to clean the tip later. And I cut that on camera. So now I have to find that little bit so it doesn't wind up in our cookie. Now, do you guys have any quick questions about Cookie Snack Attack? No, sorry about Cookie Con. Anybody that's going. Jen, there is a post on the Cookie Snack Attack page for people that are Cookie Snack Attackers that are going. I have a count between multiple posts of like 25 Cookie Snack Attackers for sure. I think there's more and I might have missed a few people. So tonight, if you guys would find that particular post and just say I'm going under that post so everybody gets consolidated. I know on my text alerts, I have about 20 people signed up on the text alert, the group text alert. So that's where we are right now. This is so pretty, Nadine, and it's so dainty. You know, I have a lot of the other ones, but they're so big that sometimes I don't use them because they're so big. This is just so dainty and it's beautiful. And I can't wait to see the other thing that you are working on. I love it. Just totally love it. Okay, so let's get caught up on comments. Dress for Mardi Gras next Tuesday. That's going to be fun. Hey, Deborah. Your hair. Okay. Hello, Sylvie. How are you? I know. I can't wait to meet all the Cookie Snack Attackers in person too. Plus, there's a lot of different Cookie Snack Attackers coming this time that didn't come to Dallas. So that's going to be really exciting. The dinner on Tuesday night, that will be at the hotel somewhere. Okay. I think I know where we're going, but I want to get there and scope it out, make sure there's big enough tables that we can all be together. Let's see. Yes. You have small hands. Is that why you made them like this size? Is this your favorite size too? Because I just absolutely love it. And they're beautiful, Nadine. They're beautiful. All right. So let's jump off and let's do a cool 3D Easter cookie. You want to do that? A cool 3D Easter basket cookie. I'll give you some tips tonight for doing that. Tonight, we're going to do the center section and the top section. But in theory, you would just flip this and do the same thing on the other side, and then you would be all done. But I'll leave some of it up to you to do on your own, okay? For the tutorial tonight, we're going to do the center and the front part. So I started out with a basic egg-shaped cutter, and I cut out my main egg. And then I just used an X-Acto knife, and I put my cutter on the cookie and just made I lifted it and went upward and made a very small arc so that this arc matched the arc of my cookie. I just barely pressed it in so I had a line. And I cut over to 1/4 inch from each side with my X-Acto knife. This was in frozen dough, which is how it works best for me. And then I tried to leave an even handle all the way around the cookie. I just trimmed that out, okay? And then I baked it. Then when it came out of the oven, I had a little extra in here. I didn't like how it looked. So I used my X-Acto knife and I just shaved the inside of this because obviously it's curved, so I couldn't use my zester. All right. And then before I baked the dough, I used the same egg-shaped cookie cutter. Okay. And I dropped it down a little bit, right? Because right here, let me show you what I'm talking about. Hold on just a second. So this was my original cut. If you can, oh, that's not going to work. Hold on. I was trying to use the other end. So this is my original cut with the cookie cutter. Okay. Just assume that's my egg shape. That looks more like a weird head. But anyway, assume this is my egg shape. So my cutter was like this. I pressed it down. I lifted it out. The dough came out with the cutter and I put it off on the cookie sheet. So now I have this hole in my dough. So then I took my cookie cutter and I scooted it down however far that I wanted my basket to be. So I scooted my cutter down so that this angle is the angle where it would fit right up against my cookie, right? Do you see what I'm saying? So I scooted my cutter down and I made another cut and I took just this section, which became this section. All right. And then I picked the cutter up and I scooted it down again. Is that a word? Scooted? Maybe I should just say scoot. I don't know. Grammar people, grammar police, if you're on here, tell me the right one. All right. Then I moved it down one more time. I like scooted better, by the way. And I did a third piece. So all of that was in a line. That's roughly how much dough I needed to make this. And this is kind of how you would do if you're doing a nested set, if you wanted things to fit together, like, you know, how you would cut dough out. This would all fit together. But what I was trying to do was cut out a piece to add to the front of my cookie and a piece to add to the back of my cookie so that I actually have an open basket here and so that it will stand up. Okay, so we're going to put this together. But for tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to work on the handle and we're going to work on this. And then we're going to fill our basket using these cool Hershey egg-shaped white cream chips that I found earlier today at Walmart. I know several of you went out looking for them already. That's way more than we're going to need, but I thought it would look nice in the video. I'll put them back in the bag later. But I did, my store just got them. I love them. They taste great. They're just a little candy, a little cream candy, and they have pink, yellow, and blue. So I made up some really thick green to do my leaves in the basket with, okay? And then I made up some brown because I want to show you a really easy way to do some texture to make a basket where you don't have to sit there and hand pipe the basket weave if you don't want to, okay? Scooted is worlds better, whether it's a word or not. I agree, Jen. You know, sometimes I just get live on camera and things come to me and you guys think they're funny, so I run with them. But I have no idea which one is right. I don't really care either. I'm just having a good time with you guys tonight. But if it bothers somebody, I can try to correct it if you need me to. All right, so what you want to do, guys, first is set your 3 pieces together. And make sure you want to get them situated like this to make sure they're going to fit together and you've got smooth sides, okay? Then what you want to do is lay your cookie back down because obviously your cookies are going to expand a little bit, but you need to know this needs to line up because this is where the cookie's going to sit. And then what you want to do so that you don't waste a lot of icing and get stuff all jammed up in here, you just want to mark where your piece is going to sit on this side, okay? Then flip it over, same thing on the back side. Just check it out. I prefer to do this with all the pieces together so you know it's going to be standing straight and you've got it placed just right. So this, right? And then I want to mark on the back. Okay? And then this is, I'm going to mark this one. This is the back, front, okay? Just so I don't get confused. Now, normally if I'm not on camera chatting with you guys, it won't bother me at all. Also, little tip, if this feels like it's going to move, you can put the whole thing together with some royal icing to make it like a glue, let it dry, and then you can plane with your zester on the bottom if you want to. But really, you shouldn't need to take that much off, and you really want it to stay as curved as possible. And like this, once it's together, it's not going to go anywhere. But if you're having trouble and you don't have a zester, you could take your X-Acto knife, shave just a little bit to get just enough of a little flat area that it's not going to roll around on you, okay? But that is just a tip or a trick for 3D construction for you. So we're going to start with our front. So I'm going to pull out the bottom, this and this. And we're going to do a very rough basket texture on this cookie. And what we're going to do first is glue these cookies together, okay? So we're just going to put some brown because if it oozes out the side, that's the color that I want to see. So I'm just going to use my Thingamajiggy. This is very thick. You want it very, very thick. And I'm just going to make like a little texture in here. My cookie's not exactly level, right? Because this is the front side, so it has a little hump in it. So kind of like when you put cakes together and all your layers aren't exactly level, put a little bit extra around the edges so that when you smush it together, some comes out and you can just scrape that off. And I'm going to line this up, stand it up, and kind of smush it together a little bit. Make sure that's right. I'm going to take off that extra. And then I'm just going to kind of spackle in here with my royal icing. You don't have to do it this way, guys. This is just how I like to do it. You don't have to do it this way. I'm just trying to show you something fun that you can do relatively quickly, and it's going to dry quickly because it's a thick icing. You just have to do it in 2 stages because of adding your third piece on. All right, so I feel like I've got good, and I want it rough because we're going to use dry dusting tonight and a little bit of detail work with the tip of our scribe. So I feel like I've got that covered nicely, right? Can you see the texture I'm making by just playing with it while it's drying? And it's very dry. So if it starts to pull away from the cookie, just add just a little bit more if you don't like the look of it and you want to keep going. All right, now I've got this fairly sandwiched. I feel like this is not going to come apart. I can hold it by the handle and it's fine. So I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing for the back. Okay. Let me spread this out so it will get all the way to the edges because we don't want any gaps. When this cookie's standing up, we don't want gaps. You could glue this 3D cookie on top of a little circle cookie if you wanted to, but I just wanted you to see that it will stand up without that, or it can be boxed without that. So let's put our third piece on here. I do not have any parchment handy tonight, so I'm going to be working on top of a tipless bag. Just a little bit of pressure and you see it standing up perfect. It's not going to roll. It's perfect. Okay. So now I'm going to hold it like this. For me, I found that 3 cookies was a bit much to work on right off the bat. So I did the first set, sandwiched it, and then I did the third. If your hands are kinder to you than mine are, then you go ahead and put all 3 pieces together at once. It's perfectly fine. Just make sure you're getting it all the way to the edges. You want all of that cookie covered for this to look the cutest. All right. This is also why your cookies can be slightly different. Now, we don't want to go on to the front or back yet because we're going to work on each of those, let it dry, and then we'll flip. But we do want to get all the way to the edges. We want that part done, okay? Hopefully I made enough icing. Now I'm not sure if I did. I did another one of these earlier. I love Easter cookies because there's so many cool things that you can do. Now, I want mine really rustic looking, like homespun looking. That's why I'm going back and making all this texture in my icing as my icing starts to set up. If you don't want yours like that, then do it where it's more smooth. Whatever you want that you're going to like best. Okay, I like this rough texture at Easter, especially because I know we're going to go back and we're going to do some dry dusting to create some dimension. Hold on one second. I'm almost there. I hope everybody is doing well tonight. We had warmer weather here today and it's getting daylight earlier. So now I feel the need to jump up as soon as the sun is up. I'm like at 100 miles an hour. Okay. So I'm all the way to the edges. I've got it nice and rough. I can tap it and make a cool stucco type texture. Do you see that stucco texture? So there you can go for that. You can smooth it if you just want it to be like this. Okay, now let me show you what we're going to do for this last part. I have to lay it down first, though, before we do this next part. You do want it kind of thick for what we're about to do next for it to look right when you do your dry dusting later. Give me just a second. I'm going to get all this off just because it's going to be a big mess. If I don't, it's going to crumble and get all over stuff. Okay. So I'm going to pick this back up, and you guys notice I'm not holding it by the handle because I don't want to crack my handle. It's a lot of weight at this point. Like I've doubled how much this weighs. So I'm just going to quickly go in here and I'm going to put some cross lines. You see what I'm doing to make it look like where I would be piping for a basket weave? Because, and you see I'm not being very particular because it's supposed to look like a woven basket. So I'm going all the way to the cookie because you're not going to see that once we dry dust. And because I'm going all the way to the cookie and it's a thick, dry icing, it's going to pull some of that off. Again, my disclaimer is there are many ways to create things like this. So if you don't like the way I'm doing it, I'm totally okay and will not be offended if you do this another way. I'm just showing you something that I enjoy doing and how to accomplish that, okay? All right, so you see these really deep grooves that I made all the way around the cookie? This is also, by the way, a technique you could use to do tires on a cake, just saying that's for another day. Now I'm going to come back and I'm going to come across this to the next line. And I'm going to move over and I'm going to come across it to this line. Okay. Then I'm going to scoot down one. I'm going to take the middle one where I did nothing and I'm going to come across it to this next one. I don't mind spending extra time on a cookie like this because it's going to be a display cookie, right? Okay, let's go to this one. We're going to jump down. Let's make sure our line is open this way because when you fill this in with your dry dusting later, like we're going to be using chocolate brown and Turkish black, you'll see how cool it looks. Okay. So I'm just making a fake basket weave is basically what I'm doing. I just want something that looks similar to basket weave without doing a basket weave. Okay. And so you see how I'm stopping short of connecting all the way to the line and then going to the next one. Doesn't look like anything particular right at this moment, but when you dry dust, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. You'll get that look. So I'm saying just inside those lines and crossing over that center line to give it that look. Do you see? So in the middle, same thing where we didn't have the crossover. I'm going back and crossing over. Okay. Now let's do our two outside lines, just inside the line, stopping just inside the line and really getting a good little groove there. Same thing on this side on the outside edge. Okay. Then let's turn a little bit more. Let's do our center one, which is alternating. It's offset from the two outside ones. So I'll go back and show you that again in a second. Remember, this is why it's important that you have the icing on there good and thick. Now let's go to the offset pattern on these. Pull this off. Okay, let's rotate it. We're just going to finish out the center section for this part, okay? Now, if I had a little bowl here, I would be putting this back into a bowl and turning this into kitchen sink icing, which I would turn to either black or a dark brown or something. But I'm just putting it on a paper towel because we're just filming a little video tonight. And this is not, I don't have gloves on or anything, so it's not icing I actually want to save and use for something else. Okay, so now I'm just going to flip my cookie around, make sure I didn't miss anything, and just go back. Flipped it the other direction. I just want to make sure I have good grooves in there because you guys really will understand how much this pops once you go back and add your dry dusting, how you get that really cool basket look. So what we just did all the way around the cookie to create this look, right, is what we're going to do on the front and the back. And then we're going to fill our base up. So I'm going to flip this little bag over. While the icing is still wet, I'm just going to give it a little tap to make sure that I have it to where it's going to stand up by itself, okay? But I don't want to leave it there because it'll make it dry like that. So you see where I did that little tap, how that's my flat area? Okay, now let's lay this down on top of the bag and let's go ahead and do the front. So we can only do the front tonight. So normally I would let this dry and I'd flip it and I'd put a puffed up thing of paper towels, like a ball of paper towels, flip it over, and then do the other side tomorrow and then do the dry dusting. But we're going to do just this part tonight. And then I'm going to show you how to add the candies inside. And hopefully we'll have enough of this icing. I don't know if I made enough of this thick to do the handle on both sides, but we're going to do a little bit of the handle tonight. All right, so same thing here. We just want to keep gingerly hold our handle. All we need to do is cover the front of the cookie. Okay, we don't need to go into the basket part because we're going to fill that with little candies. So you could use little chocolate Easter bunnies. Palmer Chocolate Company makes Easter bunnies that are small enough that you could set inside this cookie. You can use Cadbury eggs, the speckled eggs that look like bird eggs. You could put those in here. The mini Cadbury eggs, if you're a Cadbury egg connoisseur, those will fit in this little basket. All right, so I'm just going to try to level this out a little. If you want to get really fancy, you could put a little hump of icing in the center there and really try to get a little more dimension on your basket. I'm just going to slightly use my scribe to make this look curved. I'm not going to do the hump in the center. I don't really need that, but I do want it to look curved. All right, so now I'm looking at the side of my cookie and I'm going to bring these lines across. I want it to line up with the side of my cookie, okay? Okay, oops. All right, and then I'm going to grab this one and I'm going to come all the way across the cookie, but I'm curving it to match that face front of that, okay? All right, then I'm going to grab the next one down and I'm just going to go until I cannot connect them anymore. Okay, so you can get like 4 stripes. Do you see that? Took a little too much off right here. Okay, and then we're going to do that same thing on the front, and we're lining it up with the stripes at the bottom. So we're going to do those curved because we want this to look like, give it a little more dimension, right? We want a little bit of arc. So this is curved a little to the left. This one on just the other side of it, I'm going to curve it a little bit to the right. I'm going to come up with this one. I'm going to come up with this one just a little bit, okay? And I'm lining it up with my lines that are on the side or bottom of the basket, or both, however you want to refer to that, okay? All right, now, same thing here. We just want to make that look. So here we're going to cross over, skip a line, cross over. Up here, skip it. Do you see that? Same thing over here. We want to keep in curve with the basket. When we want to come down, we want to skip that, right? Where that has a full opening, we want to skip that. Cross over, but not go to the line. There we go. You see how we're getting that? It's almost like you would do a wet on wet if you were using 2 colors, but just a little different twist on that. So do you see how you're alternating the sections? Okay, everybody got that? You with me? Look good? All right, so if this were dry, I would just literally, you guys, I would just take a couple of paper towels, soft paper towels, not hard ones. I would just wad them up. If this were dry, I'd flip it over and lay it on here, and I'd do the same thing on the other side, and then I would stand my cookie up, okay? Now, don't worry, I'll make it work for you tomorrow so you'll have a nice photo, but we're going to skip doing the back because this is not dry. And I'm going to walk you through what we're going to do with the other parts of this, but I'm not actually going to do it until this sets up, okay? All right. So any of these colors that I'm about, you don't need all of them, but any of them will work, okay? All right. So you could use black. I try not to use black because if I'm going to use a color for dusting, I prefer to use Turkish black. I don't know why. It's just the minutest little color difference. I prefer this one. But if you only have Black Master Elite, it will work. But Turkish black is my favorite, and it's the one that I'm going to take a very fine point brush and I'm going to dust it down in. I'm not going to put it on the brown. I'm going to dust it down in the cracks. I'm just going to tuck it down in there. If you don't have this, use a black food gel with some Everclear or vodka to thin it, a very thin pointy brush, and tap it down in there and let that completely dry before you do the next thing, because that's going to reintroduce liquid to your icing. Okay. Now, if you have any of these, you just need something different and a little bit darker than the base color brown you used. Okay. So brown or dark chocolate in Elite colors, both of these, you see there, let me turn them so they're not glaring. Both of them are a little bit darker. I'm going to be using this one because I want it to be noticeably different, this darker one. So I'm going to be using dark chocolate and Turkish black. Now, why do I have dogwood out? I have dogwood out because dogwood is the color of my icing. So if I get a little too heavy-handed with my antiquing of the cracks to make the slats on my basket, or the grooves, the woven part, or if I get a little spill and I get it on top of my basket, if I can't clean it up by just taking a little Everclear and a brush and trying to get it off by dabbing it off, then I can go back and I can do a little highlight dusting on top of that to lighten it up a little bit. So what you really need is this for the crevices in a perfect world, this to do the entire basket, like over the basket, not to create a solid color, but to create 2 shades of brown. So you really need this, and this is in case you make a mistake, to have a highlight color, the same color as your basket. Okay. All right. Does that make sense? Give me some thumbs up or hearts or comments over there. Oh, Jen thinks I'm brilliant. What did I do that was brilliant, Jen? Or is Nadine brilliant? Because Nadine is saying thanks. So is Nadine brilliant? I mean, I think she is, but what were you all discussing that I missed? Oh, cool. Okay. So I will be mixing up a little bit more of this icing. And what I'm going to do for my handle is just cut it at about a 3-point tip. And I'm going to make a rope braid around my handle. And I'm going to do it here and on the back side and then across the top. And then most likely what I'm going to do is actually sculpt it using my scribe and just make marks going all the way around the handle. Okay. But I'm going to leave the inside part of my handle exposed because I do want them to know it's a cookie. Let's assume all those things are done now. Okay. That's your homework, to actually finish that part of the project. Now what we're going to do you guys mind if I take a second and get this out of the way, because I really can't stand this kind of like all these little sugar bits in my work area here. So let's just move. Almost knock that over. Let's just move these pretty little eggs over. These are so cute, you guys. Seriously, they have a ton of detail on them for being this small. They're not even 1/4 of an inch big. Like seriously, maybe 3/8 inch. I sort of assumed it wasn't me that did something brilliant. Hey, Barbara, how are you? Let's see. Let's move this over. So you have your instructions on how to create your pieces using one cookie cutter to make your pieces fit together. Right? You're going to use a piece of parchment or an unused piping bag to set it on, just so it doesn't mess up your work area. I showed you how to mix that super, super thick icing, so you're good to go with that. Set that here. I'll finish my handle and my dry dusting tomorrow, but I am doing very well, Miss Barbara. Thank you for asking. Oh, Kathy, are you still on here? What I was going to tell you is, Kathy, you did not order the advanced Easter box, but you need a replacement sample. So I sent you 2 samples in a regular or in a hard-sided envelope. So those will be arriving to you in Tennessee. So you will still get samples. It's just everybody else had already ordered a box, so I slipped theirs in their box, okay? All right, so you can see my egg is still in great shape here, my egg basket. I've got my bag cut, tipless bag. And now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do one side because I need to finish the other side tomorrow. But just to give you an idea, let me turn this kind of on its side so you can see. Now this is a very thick icing. You could do this with a grass tip, but what I found was that it dried too fast to do what we're about to do. So, and it wasn't really necessary to get the really cool look of what we're doing. So you can see I'm just basically piping leaves all over, and I want a few to fall down the basket, but I want to leave that handle exposed so that you can tell that it is a cookie. Okay. And tomorrow I'll finish this backside piece. So tonight I just want to get icing in there so that it's all sealed up together. So we have our green. Then we're going to use our precision tweezers. Okay. Hopefully these will work. Sometimes I have trouble with them. And I'm going to take my little eggs and I'm going to set my eggs. This icing is so thick that I can position my eggs. I don't have to just sprinkle them on there. So I'm going to fill my basket with eggs. If I want to put flowers in here, I could make some fondant flowers. I could make a fondant bow and add to this. But this is just a cute little piece that actually, if you put it on a 3-inch circle cookie, they make really great bags with solid bottoms, like 3-inch by 3-inch or 4-inch by 4-inch discs or reinforced paper on the bottom, like cake board level type paper. And you can bag it and pull the bag up over it and tie it like you would display a 3D cookie, right? So it's clear. They make clear boxes that are 4-inch by 4-inch by 4-inch that this would fit in beautifully. So lots of different options. You could make a royal icing transfer tag and add a tag coming out sideways so you could personalize this for a child's Easter basket. Those actually are very, very popular at Easter time. And they bring in a little bit more money because people do understand they take more time and they're willing to spend time on personalized things too. Anything they're going to be able to do a cool picture with. All right, so from the top, you can see how the eggs look. Let me turn it over on its side. Do you see how cute that is? And then if you tucked a little Easter bunny chocolate in here, like lopped off the bottom, so you just had the head and the cute ears, you could tuck that right in here. Finish piping your handle and tuck a little bow here, and you have just the sweetest little 3D children's piece. Everything totally edible, no wafer paper involved, just everything good. Candy bar on a cookie and lots of icing. So that is your little egg for tonight. A different direction if you want to see it. And then I'll photograph it tomorrow. We're supposed to have rain during the first part of the morning, but we should get sun in the afternoon. So I will photograph it for you tomorrow. Look at how cute these eggs are. Can you see all that detail on the eggs? I'm going to lift this whole cookie up. Hopefully I won't break it. I don't like lifting these cookies when they're wet because I don't want the moisture to affect the cookie coming apart, right? I try not to risk it, but I think for you with the camera, it's easier for you to see it. So let me lift up so you can see the eggs. You see all that detail on the eggs and on that basket. Isn't that cute? And now these are teeny tiny eggs, you guys, but you know the little Cadbury eggs, the miniature ones, they're equivalent to about 3 of these little guys. So you could easily get like 6 or 8 little Cadbury chocolate eggs or the little Cadbury candy coated eggs that are speckled like little birds' eggs. You could easily get 6 or 8 of those in here as well, and it would just look adorable. So for packaging, Nadine, you could either actually royal icing this to a 3-inch base cookie and put like use a grass tip and do grass and then nestle it down in the grass and make the whole thing your piece. And then they sell 4x4x4 clear boxes. They also sell gift bags at clearbags.com, I believe it is, where they have a little base, like a 4-inch by 4-inch cardboard base that goes down in a gusseted bag, and you would attach this with a little bit of royal icing to that base because it's a food safe base, and then the bag comes up and then you could squish it together and put a cute little bow on it. They make taller clear boxes, like 4x4 at the bottom, but then they come up either 6 or 8 inches if you want to make something taller. But what a cute little item. You can personalize it on the front. This is a great little cookie, in my opinion. If you have a lot of kids coming to Easter dinner, like your grandkids or nieces and nephews, they love this kind of stuff and they love to see their name. And because they know that means they get that cookie no matter what. So, if you want to put their name on it, you could do a royal icing transfer and tie it on the handle. You can tuck it into the side, but this is a great place setting item too, a really special fancy place setting for the people that like really want to take photos of their table settings, their tablescapes at different holidays. This is a really cute cookie for that. And you don't even have to add the base to it. Okay. And also, if you really don't want to ice your handle, it doesn't really require the handle being iced. You could airbrush it brown before you put it together. It's kind of cool like this because it's very obvious it's a cookie. But I am going to do mine, and then I'm going to sculpt around it so I have that rope look around the top. But that's it for tonight. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. Super excited for you guys to get your advanced Easter class and kits. Barbie, you do like this? I'm so glad. And Barbara likes this. Nadine, did that cover all the questions on the packaging, hun? Was that good for you? I'm pretty sure they have those clear boxes on Amazon too. Mine did not come from there. Yes, and Lent Truffles, Lent Company does make small bunnies, and they make these awesome caramel-filled bunnies. This time of year, they're in the Easter aisle. They are small enough if you make a lower basket front. But I like this size basket front because it's very obvious it's supposed to be a basket, right? So they will fit. And there's another way you can do a basket cookie. I have a tutorial up last year where I used store-bought wafer paper to create the outside of my basket and filled it with bunny and larger chocolate eggs to make my basket, and then boxed those in 4x4x4. Kathy, this would be a gorgeous cookie to do the crackle finish on. Absolutely, you could do that and it would be beautiful. You could do that on just the handle, or you could do that on the handle and the base. So this is just a jumping off point for you guys. Cute idea and a way to talk about dry dusting with you. And for those of you who really freak out every time I say piping basket weave, you guys hate that. I don't know why, but you hate it. I guess a lot of people have trouble with it. So knowing that, I'm trying to give you some other ways to create that look, to get an Easter basket look without having to do that. That's not considered advanced. Okay. And this is totally, this is totally easy to do, right? Just follow the step-by-step. So you alternate your crossovers and you'll be totally fine. Okay. Oh, Joe, you're going to try it. I'm so excited. Thank you. I'm glad you're going to try it. Okay. Thank you. Will you show what the egg package? Oh, yes, sure. Hold on one sec. I have that right here. So these are a new item. I don't remember ever seeing these before. Like, they were not out last year. This is Hershey's. Let me take this off. See, we have more screen. Kat, thank you. So this is Hershey's brand egg-shaped white cream chips. Now, do you see how they have it? They just have an egg-shaped cookie, some buttercream, and they drop the eggs on there. Kids would go wild over that too, okay? This is just something a little fancier you can do for a table setting or to add with your Easter pieces, because we're going to be doing a lot of 3D and multi-dimension and multiple textures on cookies for display pieces going into springtime. So this is a piece you could add to that on the Easter table. Okay, so, and they have pink, light blue, and yellow. And you can see them right here. Super pretty. Lavelle, these were in, okay, they were at Walmart. They were not in the section where the specialty Easter stuff is all gathered up to the front and away from the grocery section of the store if you have a super center. These were in the center aisle, you know, like that specialty aisle they have outside of where Walmart keeps their normal baking things. They always have a seasonal thing. And these were on there where they put all the chips and things for Easter, like the dark chocolate chips. And like they have the Cosmo, I think is what it's called, the glitter chocolate, which, by the way, you guys, I tried that last year. Unless you have some suggestions on how to actually make that work. I got so psyched because it had glitter in the chocolate, but then when I used it, none of that showed up. The only way I could actually get that to show up on the chocolate chip cookies was to hand place a few on top when the cookie came out of the oven hot, and they kind of melted into that. But as far as baking them in the cookie, it didn't do what I thought it was going to do. That doesn't mean it didn't work for other people. It just means did not work for me. Priscilla, thank you. And don't forget, if you didn't get to watch this morning, you are very welcome, Miss Jen. Don't forget, if you did not get to watch this morning, if you feel like making a trek into Walmart, or your Walmart has them where you can order them online and have them delivered, they have the fancy sprinkles. They have carrot. They have bunny, which I thought the bunny looked like a lamb, but I can see that it is really supposed to be a bunny. And the Easter egg. So these are the 3 that are out right now if you collect these little containers, okay? All right, so let me give you a quick rundown of the rest of the week around here. You found the Hershey white cream eggs, but no other fun stuff. Yeah, I think I don't know if you guys get the same stuff as what we get, but I don't even think they have everything out yet for Easter because there was lots of holes. Okay, so someone else saw those Cosmo glitter chips. So Sharon, if you try them and you get them to work where they look nice after they've been baked, and there's a trick to that, would you share that with our group, please? Because I don't want to down the product. That's not my intention. I just couldn't get it to work and still look like they looked when they got mixed into the batter. So what I did was I took chips and placed them, the sparkly chips, on top of the cookie right when they came out of the oven. So they kind of melted into it. And then they looked like what they look like on the package. So I may have had overzealous expectations of what that was going to do for me. Okay. We went over the colors for the sugar art, right? Let's see. What else, guys? What else for tonight? Okay, so this week we have to finish getting the cookies ready for Reno. Yes, so see, you were hesitant too because you just didn't know. So if someone else has got a trick to make those work, I would love to know what it is because they were really, really cool. But the only way I could get the sparkle was to pop them on after. So it is Tuesday, right? So this week around here, we're sold out at the store. I can't take any more orders at the store locally this week because I'm completely booked up. We've got rescheduled weddings this weekend, couple of big birthday parties. Plus, I will not be around Saturday. I have to take off Saturday because I'm heading out of town a little early. And we've still got to get the cookies ready to go to Reno. And I've got to figure out how on earth one person is supposed to bring all of the stuff that I'm bringing. I don't know. But you'll see me with my bright pink suitcases going through the airport, I'm sure. I'm going to check 2 of them. And the other one, I think I'm going to bring the mini, and I'm going to pack the cookies in that with nothing else so that there's no chance they get broken. And I think that's the one I'm going to bring on the plane because you can bring one carry-on and that can't get lost because, like if something else happens to other stuff, okay, it's not going to be great. I'll be really upset because gift basket stuff is in all of that, like your swag bag stuff. But the other ones, we have to have those cookies for class, and I have to have the fondant molds for class. So that stuff has to stay with me. It can't just be lopped in a bag somewhere. Okay. You understand what I'm saying. I don't want to get there and not have what I needed. Okay. So Priscilla is saying if you melted and dipped the cookie in the sparkly, it would show. See, for me, the sparkly sunk into the chocolate. So I don't know if there's a trick to like how hot you bake at, or if you're in a convection oven instead of a regular oven. So it's blowing across it. But when I used them in the experiment that I did last year, because I got so excited that there was glitter in chocolate chips, it sunk in. So it wasn't sparkly at all after they had been baked. And then I was just like, well, I'm going to have some sparkly chips. So I added them on to the top. So that's all I know. Hey, Kelly Shanley, are you still on here? How are you? And are you in Florida? Okay. It might work. It might. But honestly, what might work even better is just doing melted chocolate, dipping the cookie, and then spraying it with diamond dust. Because, I love diamond dust. That's so funny, right? Yeah. So I can't speak to that because I didn't test that, but I know you can cheat and just hand place them on the top of the chocolate chip cookies after the cookies have baked if you want to. Let's see. Charlotte. Okay, we're going to totally include you. by shooting lots of videos. So just jump on the videos and say hello. And you never know, be camera ready. If we can figure out how to do like where we bring you on camera with us, we might do that too. Yes, Diamond Dust Addicted. It really, probably an intervention is needed. Yes, Laura's asking if I can lift the cookie. I can. And then, but this is only partially done, okay? But this is what we did tonight, and then we did the sides. Okay? So if you rewatch the video though later though, Laura, we're going to talk about how you get it to stand up by using your pieces, getting that multi-dimension look by adding front and back, and how you can do the front and back separately, and then how we placed everything on there. So we have this cool Easter grass too. Now, if you want to get really wild and crazy, I wasn't going to do it until tomorrow, but if you want to get really wild and crazy, this looks really cute sprayed in here after the eggs are on, because it's green and it'll get on, it'll attach to the icing when the icing is still wet, and then you can dust it off the eggs. Or you could just use regular diamond dust so that the whole cookie is sparkly, right? You could just do white diamond. Okay? But don't put it on the green before you attach the eggs unless you're going to individually hand glue each of the eggs, because they won't stick once the diamond dust is on there. Okay? Yes. All right, you guys, I'm going to jump off here. I definitely have to go to bed early tonight because I foresee that tomorrow I become part of Team No Sleep again. So I'm going to jump off for the night, leave questions, share the video. Make sure you go back to Cookie Snack Attack if you're going to CookieCon and post in that group post, because there are some people in our group that want to bring something very specific to their Cookie Snack Attack group members. I don't know what it is. They just said they had something different to trade or gift to group members. So they need an accurate count of Cookie Snack Attackers that are coming. So make sure you go to the post that I put up today and comment on there if you're coming, and then be sure you're watching out for just all kinds of random videos. Okay. All right. I will see you guys later. Have a great night. And thank you for attending part 2 of 2 Tutorial Tuesday on 2/22/22, which will not happen again for 200 years. Thank you guys and have a great night. Bye.